Well, and that's one of the reasons why you've been able to grow your business. How many times since when you're the first year of business?
Like 18 and a half times. Yeah. From when we started. Yeah.
You guys, I'm so excited to have you here with me today because I cannot wait to introduce you to Lori Holt. As you can see by her fancy background,
Real world.
She is a real world retailer. She is a real world retailer. So Lori, tell us about the name of your store and where it came from and what you do and how long you've been in business.
Okay. Our shop is called Quilter's Corner. We're in a little tiny town in central South Dakota, the town of Faulkton, population 700. Our closest stoplight is 60 miles away. So and 60 miles to a Walmart, 60 miles to fast food. So kind of tells you we are in the boonies. We love what we do. We now have a sewing machine dealership and service. We host retreats. We have 2 long arm machines where we do custom quilting for other quilters. We hold classes, and we just try and be an inspiration center for people that love to work with fabric and sew.
Well, and you didn't start out quite that way, did you?
No, we started out in a tiny little 300 square foot shop. If you can call that a shop. It was one little room with 3 walls of shelves with bolts of fabric on them. And we've moved each time to a little bit larger location. We're in our 4th and final location because we bought the building, and we're in 5,000 square feet now. So, and we've got it full of fabric and sewing machines.
That's so exciting. Well, and I'm so grateful that you're here because we are asked so often about how to survive and thrive in retail when you're in a small town. And I don't think you could get in a much smaller town than yours.
No, yeah, we're a tiny town. We started out initially, and we did quite a bit of vending where we would take the show on the road to show people what we had to offer, include bounce back coupons for them. Social media has just been huge for us, with our Facebook Lives now and an online web store. That's just really been a godsend for us. The pandemic was not a bad thing for us. We actually grew our business in the pandemic.
Well, it really forced you to really fine tune your e-commerce, right? I mean,
yes, we had always said, oh, someday we need to do the online thing, and we just had not pursued it, and this forced our hand to do that. And it just started a whole new stream of business for us.
So obviously it's possible to grow a thriving retail store in a small community. Obviously you've been able to do it. Now, did it happen overnight? That's my question.
No, it didn't happen overnight. We knew my goal was to be a destination shop, and I knew it would take time to do that. And I feel like you just kind of have to stand out from the crowd with your customer service. It has to be exemplary. And build those relationships. Our quilting retreats, we have women come from neighboring states even to attend our retreats, and we try and hold it to 50 women at a time. And but we develop those relationships, and therefore they want to come back and shop with us.
Well, and so tell me, what are some of the specific things that you do that you feel has created this customer loyalty?
Building friendships with the customers, providing the service. When they come in, they might be stumped with a project, and we'll sit down with them and try and help them plan out the entire project and select the bolts of fabric and give them our input. We might have them come and sit and sew in our shop where we can guide them through the project as well, kind of develop that relationship and that friendship. Wow, they're friends now.
Right. I bet. Well, and how did you get into selling machines? Because honestly, like that would make me nervous, taking on the expense of the risk of such a high ticket item. What made you decide to pull that trigger?
It was scary in the beginning, but we just thought it would be an opportunity. If we weren't filling that need, with our customers, and we had a brand of sewing machine that we were all sewing on, all of the girls at the shop that we loved. And it's like, we love these, why can't we sell them? And we contacted, first of all, we were a sub dealer for another
Mhm.
quilt shop about 90 miles away. And then eventually we, got our own dealership with the
Wow.
company. So it's been a good thing. We have a service tech here. We sent him to New Jersey for the training. And so we have the full service end of things for people.
Well, and so do people travel from all over then to come purchase on their machine from you?
We're really fortunate. Yeah, we really are. We've got our probably our basic radius is about 150 miles, but we have women that jump in cars and we're in central South Dakota. They'll come from North Dakota and Minnesota and Montana. So we're really blessed.
Wow.
We have women that actually call up and want to know the name of a motel here so that they can come and stay for the night and then come and spend the day shopping. So
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
that's so
it's neat.
exciting. Well, and I really wanted to talk about the machines because of how I loved your mentality about how it all came from providing service. Like,
Mhm.
you know that most people listening, most retailers listening are going to say, or will be thinking in their heads, oh, I provide good service. I do that well. And what I love about that example about the sewing machines is that you took on the risk because you knew there was a way you could provide better service, and it's such a high ticket price point, to you it came from offering a service to these people. And really, you also look at retreats the same way, because your retreats aren't inexpensive either. I mean,
Right,
right, I
right.
mean, that's and so but your perspective about that, tell us about that.
Well, we want to make our customers feel special, that when they come here, it's more like a boutique type experience for
Mhm.
them. And the machines, it's like I sold one yesterday, a mid-range, a nice $3,500 sewing machine yesterday. And I told the gal, if for any reason you're unhappy with this, I want to know, I'll stand behind this machine. And I said, I've been able to say that for quite a few years now because I've never, never had an issue, I guess. And if for some reason she wasn't happy, I would stand behind it because if if I don't honor my word, I'm out of business. I guess as far as I'm concerned, I want to stand behind my products that I sell.
So they really feel like they can trust you to
Yeah.
support them. And what I want you all to hear about this is that that's the same no matter if you're a clothing store or a gift shop or a different maker store, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to feel better when they shop with someone, and you can't underestimate the impact you have on people's lives. I mean, it's so exciting to think about all these women that you've been able to allow them to be super creative because of how you've been able to grow your business and because of the way you've been able to serve them. And I just want to encourage you that if you have like a women's clothing store, or that you can be the person who makes a woman feel more confident about
Mhm.
themselves. And so then start thinking about it from that perspective, about what it is that you can provide that they can't get from someone else. As a class is about shapes and about styles, and there's so many things. And gosh, Lori, I'm so grateful to be working with you. And I know, because of working with you, how you are so coachable, and how you've been doing this now for 15 years, right? And I've heard you say that even when Juanita or I have suggested something, what I've heard you say is, yeah, I've tried that before. Didn't work great, but I'll try it again. And don't you feel that now that's even more important than ever before, because of how customers now are so different than they were even,
Right.
since before the pandemic?
Right. There's that saying, that people won't remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. And
Mhm.
that's just so true. I mean, you and I both know if we go into a retail store, if we feel like they could have cared less if we were in there, are you going to go back again?
Right.
But if you truly cared, and showed that to your customer, they'll be back.
And how do you train your team to feel about customers the same way you feel about customers?
I've just always said, the customer, without the customer, we're out of business. And so we have to make the customer feel welcome. We have to give them great service, greet them the minute they come in. and just let them know we're here for them. We're here to help them in any way we can.
Mhm, mhm,
They're the most important part of the business, the customer.
mhm.
Without them, we're not in business.
Very true. And how about communicating with customers? How do you do that?
Just, try and engage, make a connection with the customer as far as, what their likes and dislikes are. With in my area, they're going to be working on a project, so I'll ask them what kind of projects do they like to work on and steer them towards what I've got that meets their needs in my shop.
Mhm, mhm,
Just engage.
mhm. Do you feel like you made specific decisions also in hiring people? Like, was
Definitely. I want staff with people skills.
mhm,
It's not even so much their knowledge of the product when they're first hired. It's how they can interact with people. It's their social skills is, to me, that's more important than the knowledge, because we can teach them. We can teach them,
right.
the about the products that we sell. We've
Wow.
had we've hired girls that didn't know anything about sewing, that they're knowledgeable girls, but they had the people skills to deal with the public and
Wow.
give the persona that we want.
Mhm. It's funny because I talk to so many maker stores who feel like they have to hire they can only hire someone that has to know what they do and how that really limits the pool of people they can hire from. And I've always felt the same way you do, that you can teach anybody how to do anything, and
If
but
they've got a
some people,
willing attitude,
yeah,
that's
right.
that's all it
Well,
takes.
and you have to have the willing attitude, because like I've talked to other retailers who have just been like, nope, no, you're wrong. But you're willing to train someone. So again, it really has to do with your willingness to continue to learn, and I guess that's
Right,
the reason
right.
why.
We're
uh,
learning every day. Mhm.
yeah, right, right. Well, and that's one of the reasons why you've been able to grow your business. How many times since when you've the first year of business?
Like 18 and a half times. Yeah. From when we started. Yeah.
That is just so exciting. And how about the one other question that I get often about this too is people will ask in some way, well, your success stories that you share about your clients, it's because they're in high-end areas, and it's because they're able to pay more for their team members and everything, and they have people with more disposable income around. What would you say to someone who said
Mhm.
that?
Yeah, that's not the case here. We're in rural country out here, and I think the median income is $42,000 for a
Wow.
family,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
And so it's not a urban
Mhm,
setting. We are rural America here.
mhm, mhm.
But social media, you can do so much now with
Yeah.
and online sales.
I believe so strongly that this is literally the best time to be in retail. I mean, really, because the playing field is so level now. You can impact and engage with these people. So, I mean, to think about it, especially like when you started 15 years ago, that certainly wasn't true. I mean, you couldn't to be able to engage with people in different states and everything. You had to travel there, and not that that's still not a good. I mean, I still think there's a lot of value in that too. But now there's so many options. It's just
Yes.
incredible,
Right. Yeah, you can
really
reach the
incredible.
world from where you're at.
Right.
I always say it's not where you're at, it's what you do with where you're at, it's
Wow. Wait, say that one more time. I want to make sure the people in the back heard it.
it's not where you're at, it's what you do with where you're at. I live in a town, Kathy. This is okay. I work in a town of 700 people. I live in a little tiny town of population 9. I'm not kidding you. And the sign as you go into town, it's the town is called Wakota. It means friendship. And it says we're all here because we're not all there. Literally. So
Oh
it's
my
not
goodness.
it's not about your location, it's about your
No.
attitude.
Right, exactly, right. Well, and that leads me to the final question I always love to ask people. So, what would you say to Lori when she was first starting her new store? What do you wish that you had known then that you know now?
Oh, I would tell her to go for it once again, because I guess I love what I do. And it's like they say, I mean, retail is a lot of work, but if you love it and have a passion for it, this is my happy place when I come to my shop every day. It's
Mhm.
my happy place. And follow your dreams, pursue them, and don't let anybody hold you back if it's a passion.
Right. Oh, thank you so much, Lori. I tell you, it's such an honor to work with you. I mean, you inspire, gosh, you inspire me so much. It's really, really amazing. So thank you so very much.
Thank you. Thank you.